Hello out there and welcome to another One Chapter Wednesday. I'm going to continue sharing fabulous 2021 Sasquatch nominees with you. And today I have Junior Ninja Champion, The Competition Begins by Catherine Hapka. Ooh, so good. This book really surprised me. It is so action-packed and fast-paced, and it's really funny. It is told from the perspective of 5 different characters, so you really get a sense of their personalities and the conflicts that they're struggling with and the things that they're really good with. If you enjoy watching ninja TV shows, Ninja Warriors, that type of thing, you're going to love this book. And even if you're not into that, you're going to love this book. It is just so much fun. So I'm going to read chapter 10 to you just to give you a taste. This is where the kids have found out that a junior version of National Ninja Champion is coming to their town, and they have put a team together so that they can compete. And some of them are having a harder time than they expected. So here you go. Here is chapter 10. Ty narrowed his eyes, glaring at the crazy cliff. It looked huge. Take your time and focus, Tara said somewhere behind him. Ty hardly heard her. When the coach had announced that they'd start out working on the crazy cliff today, Ty's first reaction was relief. He'd been afraid that she might make him practice balance stuff the way she had yesterday. After that, though, his relief had been taken over by a twinge of nerves, sort of like the ones he'd had right before the big game at States. But he'd triumphed then, and he planned to triumph again now. All he had to do was channel his nerves into action. And that was what Coach Channing always said. Ah! Ty shouted, bursting into a run. The crazy cliff was the most iconic obstacle on the NNC course, and one of the simplest. It was a high, slightly curved wall. The idea was to leap or run up it far enough to grab the lip at the top and pull yourself up. Ty had seen countless ninjas attempt the crazy cliff, and he'd seen quite a few of them fail. Just today, Kevin had tried several times and come nowhere near getting to the top. No wonder, the kid was short, but Izzy was as tall as Ty, and she'd failed too. She'd come pretty close on her third attempt, but her fingers had just missed grabbing the lip at the top of the wall. Failure wasn't an option for Ty, though. He'd never failed at anything in his life, and he didn't plan to start now. He flung himself at the cliff, stretching up, up, up. His chest hit the smooth surface, and his hands grappled for the lip. Instead, they found only more wall, and he felt himself sliding down, down, down. Man, he cried when he landed, this is impossible. JJ nodded. It's one of the obstacles we didn't know how to adjust for shorter kids without building a whole new cliff, he told Tara. Maybe that's why we're having trouble. Maybe, Tara shrugged. But think of it this way. We don't know how tall the cliff will be on Junior Ninja Champion. If you can beat this one, whatever they throw at you on the show should seem like a piece of cake. Ooh, good point, Mackenzie said. She was there again, as she'd been for just about every practice so far. Maybe I'll say something about that on the blog. I can use the video I just shot of Ty wiping out. What? Ty blurted out. No way. Delete that video. Why? Mackenzie glanced at her phone. I can use it in a before and after montage. You know, when you finally conquer the cliff. Climb that cliff. Ty could almost hear the chant from the crowd, which happened on every episode of NNC. But he shook it off. You have to delete it, he insisted. Seriously, do it now. Or else. Or else what? Izzy smirked. Are you going to beat her up? Kids, Tara began. Ty folded his arms over his chest. I'm not kidding around, Mackenzie, he said. I want you to delete that video. Mackenzie rolled her eyes. It's not that big a deal, Ty, she said. I'm sure you'll conquer the cliff soon. You probably just need to adjust your approach. She started babbling about angles and velocity and a bunch of other stuff Ty didn't understand. But he wasn't really listening anyway. He was imagining what the guys from the basketball team would say if they saw that embarrassing video, or the kids from his traveling soccer league, for that matter. He interrupted Mackenzie, who was still talking. Oh yeah? If it's so easy, I'd like to see you do it. Mackenzie looked startled. Huh? Yeah, Ty glared at her. Go ahead. I dare you. If she does, will you let her post that video? Izzy asked with a grin. No way, Ty said. But if she fails, she has to delete it. That's not fair, Kevin said. You have to give her something if she makes it. Ty glanced up at the top of the cliff. Fine. She can post it if she makes it. No way will she make it, though. He smirked at Mackenzie, expecting her to back down, but she grinned and hopped to her feet. Deal, she exclaimed. Ty blinked in surprise, but Kevin and JJ were cheering Mackenzie on. Even Izzy was smiling. Only Tara looked slightly concerned. Are you sure you want to try this, Mackenzie? She asked. Don't let the others goad you into it if you'd rather not. No, it's okay. Mackenzie kicked off her flip-flops, tugged up the waistband of her shorts, and stepped to the bottom of the crazy cliff. I want to test out my theories anyway. Maybe what I figure out can help the team. Climb that cliff! Climb that cliff! Kevin and Izzy chanted as Mackenzie took her spot. Ty didn't say anything. He just wanted her to hurry up and fail already. Then he'd know that video was gone. Okay, let's do this, Mackenzie cried. She took off, running straight at the cliff, her gangly arms and legs pumping. Ty held his breath as she flung herself upward, hoping she didn't break something. Her long arms stretched up and grabbed the lip. Go, Mac! JJ shouted. She dangled for a second and looked as she were about to drop. But then Ty watched in amazement as Mackenzie kicked herself a little farther up the wall, flipping herself up and onto the top of the obstacle. She'd just conquered the crazy cliff on her first try. Ooh, Ty's not going to be happy about that. All right, well, if that sounded good to you, you can check the book out from your local library, your school library, or grab a copy from your local independent bookstore. And if you enjoy it so much that you want to find out what happens next, you're in luck because there's a sequel. Awesome. As you go out in the world, remember, have fun, be kind, and read a whole heck of a lot. I hope you enjoyed this One Chapter Wednesday. Until next time, happy reading.